Have you ever wondered whether it's possible to build an amazing physique using only pure calisthenics? Well, I didn't, because I prioritized strength from the beginning, but I had basically three big growth spurts, if I could call it like that, during my 6-year journey. The first one happened when I started training, obviously, beginner gains and stuff like that. The second one happened after I started doing weighted calisthenics, so weighted pull-ups and weighted dips specifically. And the third growth spurt happened after I started doing barbell training, basically free weights in the gym. In this video I will explain why I grew the most in these periods, which method of training actually gave me the most muscle, and answer the question: if I did pure calisthenics from the beginning, would I build the same physique as I have now? Hopefully by the end of this video you will know exactly whether you should switch up your training or not in order to maximize muscle growth, and you will know exactly what it takes to build muscle, how to train, what types of exercises work best, and stuff like that. If you're new here, my name is Karol, and my goal is to become as strong, as powerful, as fast, as agile, and as athletic as physically possible, and also being able to carry all the grocery bags at once. If you want to get advice and tips about all things related to training, join the newsletter in the description. I don't want to sell you anything yet. I don't unfortunately offer any coaching right now, but I'm sure you will find the advice there very helpful. Now let's get back to the video. You came here. Fuck! Now let's get back to the video. One of the reasons why beginners build the most muscles compared to intermediate and advanced athletes, it's because it's the novel stimulus for the body. It's just something new for the body, you know? And if you are intermediate or even advanced, you can still achieve this effect by providing a novel stimulus for the body, by changing the exercises you do or changing the style of training you do. This is exactly why I grew so much when I transferred to weighted calisthenics, and also when I transferred to barbell training. But obviously you don't have to switch the style of your training completely in order to achieve this, as I did, but you can instead just switch up your exercises every 1 or 2 months. So for example, if you train mostly weighted pull-ups or normal pull-ups, after 1 or 2 months just switch to chin-ups or neutral grip pull-ups. You get the point. When I was training calisthenics, I did this mistake where I thought that if I want to be as strong as possible with weighted pull-ups, I gotta just train weighted pull-ups, right? And so I did for half a year, or even for more than a year. I trained just pull-ups with an overhand grip. I didn't provide any variety for my body. I didn't change that exercise. I only did overhand pull-ups, weighted pull-ups, just manipulated the load. And this is also why I developed horrible elbow pain, but this is not for this video. So the question stays: which style of training, calisthenics, maybe weighted calisthenics, or barbell training, does build the most muscle? In order to answer that question, let's look at why does the muscle even grow? What do you even need to build muscle? The first thing you need is time under tension, then you need to accumulate volume, you also need to progressively overload, and you need to combine compounds with isolation lifts in order to build as much muscle as possible. And you can achieve all of these things with calisthenics as well as with barbell training. However, if you want to get as fucking huge as possible, you want to build as much muscle as possible, that is your main priority, barbell training will always be better for you than calisthenics or even weighted calisthenics. This is just a fact. And it happens for a few reasons. First, progressive overloading is much easier with just barbell training. You can manipulate the load with very high accuracy. You can manipulate rep ranges very accurately. You can isolate your muscles a lot better. For example, while doing push-up, you don't really isolate your chest that well, but while doing a bench press, you isolate it a lot more. You're basically only using your chest and some shoulders and tricep, but mainly chest. And one more point for barbell training is that most people don't have a barbell in their house, so they have to go to the gym to do barbell training. And if you're already at the gym, you might as well do some isolation movements and some more hypertrophy work that will greatly benefit your overall physique. But before you start hating in the comments that wait, you can build muscle with calisthenics, what are you talking about? Look at Andrea La Rosa or I don't know. Yes, you can build muscle with calisthenics and you can do it very efficiently as long as you follow a few rules. In order to maximize building muscle with calisthenics, you need to combine compound movements with isolation movements. You might ask yourself, what isolation movements are there in calisthenics? Well, it's a bit tough one, but there are some exercises like that. For example, pelican curl, is that how it's called? And also tricep extensions, skull crushers, things like that. With these two exercises you can isolate the bicep and the tricep, so you can grow your arms a lot more efficiently than just with compound movements. Another second rule is to stay in the 5 to 15 rep range. This is really important because this is just the rep range that is most optimal for building muscle. Anything less than 5 reps, especially anything less than 3 reps, and you're building pure strength, almost no muscle at all, and anything above 15 reps is just difficult for a lot of people to reach failure with. Which gets us to our third point. You must reach failure or get very close to failure with each set you do on your training sessions. This is just proven by studies. It works the best for building muscle and hypertrophy. For strength, you want to stay a few reps from the failure, but for hypertrophy you want to really push your muscles and achieve as much of that fatigue as possible. And the last and probably the most important point when it comes to building muscle in calisthenics is to progressively overload. Even if the strength is not your priority, getting stronger and progressively overloading is necessary to make steady progress in building the muscle. So you shouldn't see strength as an end, but instead you should see strength as a mean to an end, which is bigger muscles. So as long as you utilize all of these tips, you can build muscle very efficiently with calisthenics, almost as efficiently as with barbell training and working out at the gym. One of the reasons so many guys in calisthenics are skinny is because they only train for strength and for skills, which is a horrible way to build your muscle. And obviously being light helps you at achieving calisthenics skills, but do you really want to be that guy who looks like a twig but he can do a 30-second plunge? Basically every single guy who tells you that he built a lot of muscle while he was only prioritizing strength is bullshitting. I can tell you the same way. I was always prioritizing strength training and I built a nice amount of muscle, and I will tell you exactly why. Because I had no fucking idea how to program strength training correctly and in order to maximize the strength gains. I basically did 3 to 5 reps all of my life. And most guys online say 3 to 5 reps is a strength range. You won't gain much muscle while you train 3 to 5 reps. And this is a complete bullshit. Many studies has proven that the optimal range for hypertrophy is from 3 to 35 reps. So 3 to 5 reps perfectly fits into that range, but earlier I told you to do more than 5 reps because it's just more safe, you know? So all of these guys who tell you that they grew while training for strength were probably doing 3 to 5 reps, which works great for hypertrophy and it also works good for strength, you know? It's not the best for strength. The best for strength is 1 to 3 reps, but it's pretty good for strength and it's pretty good for hypertrophy. But obviously if you do hypertrophy training correctly, so from 5 to 15 reps while progressively overloading and straining and going to failure on each set, you will build a lot of general strength. It is just impossible to build only muscle with no strength and vice versa. So to summarize all that, barbell training will always make you the most jacked. However, you can use some simple rules to make your calisthenics training almost as efficient for building muscle as barbell training. And these rules, I collected them into a 5-step framework. Step 1, combine compound movements and isolations. Step 2, stay in the 5 to 15 rep range all the time. Step 3, reach failure or come very close to failure in each set. Step 4, progressively overload each week. And step 5, switch up your exercises every 1 or 2 months. And this is it. If you do that, your calisthenics training will be only like 5, maybe 10% less efficient than barbell training for building muscle. However, if you'd like to have a very nice physique to show off your hard work, however, you also really value strength and you want to be as strong as possible, so you basically want the best of two worlds. This is what my next video is going to be about, combining these two things in order to be hella jacked and strong as fuck. So stay tuned for that video. I hope I answered all of your questions with this one. Feel free to comment if you want to know something. I will reply to every comment as soon as I can. And yeah, basically, I'm back on YouTube. I hope you're happy. Yeah, I had final exams at school, so I really had to study hard, study every single day. And yeah, now it's behind me, so I can just focus full time on training, on learning about training, and on YouTube. So yeah, a lot more videos are coming soon. I have so many fucking ideas. I go to the gym pretty much every single day, and after every single session my mind is just filled with what I could teach to other people, you know. So yeah, this is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one. Peace out.